Very good afternoon to one and all present here. So, I would like to start with the famous quote of Martin Luther King Jr. He says that justice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. So, the idea should be on that there should not be injustice anywhere. So, the idea of justice should be all pervasive. And in this regard, keeping in mind the vision that has been kept forward, we have two detailed action plan that would help develop a framework assisting in turning this vision into reality. The number one relates to the active pro bono culture. Here I would like to start with a question. When we talk about our law school journey, or for that matter a law school career, what comes to our mind? Some way or the other it comes that it is a fancy it's a fancy profession. Some way or the other we want power, but the idea of pro bono has taken a very backseat. It never come immediately to your mind when you say law school and law as a career. So there should be, number one, to create a sense of ownership in all the stakeholders in the justice delivery system, that they are here for delivering justice. So the primary focus should be on imparting awareness about justice. Here our sub goal is that we want that till 2047 the idea of pro bono should be cultivated as an integral culture in the law school program. It should be in there. We don't need to come up and tell you, okay, listen, there is something called pro bono, and then you need to give back to the society as well. This should not be the case. It should be in there. It should be as important for a law student, for someone who belongs to legal fraternity, as power, money, and internships, moot courts are. So this is the first point. Now, how we can achieve it? To achieve it, this can be done by creating mandatory obligation on members of the legal fraternity to engage in pro bono activity. As we have always talked about the benchmarking and to meet with the international community and international standard, here I would like to give a few step-by-step suggestions that can be made at various levels. So number one, we can mandate minimum hours of pro bono work as a mandatory obligation for all applicants to the bar. Apparently, this is not new in the world stage. This has been successfully in place, such as in South Africa and parts of US. Notably, applicants to New York bar must complete a minimum of 50 hours pro bono work per year. The next is with respect to mandating minimum hours of pro bono work as a part of law school curriculum. Inspiration in this regard can be taken from College of Law, Florida State University, where to even obtain a law degree, a student must perform a minimum of 20 hours of pro bono work during their second or third year of law school. Next is inspiration can also be taken from University of Oregon. There is one special peculiarity about this university. They have regulatory bodies of the legal profession, and every year students who complete 40 hours of pro bono during law school are recognized at graduation with pro bono honors. So there is this incentive. So this is something which is lucrative and which would attract people, for that matter, law students, to participate in pro bono activities. Number three is a bit different from others too. It is with respect to a bill or notification can be issued launching a pro bono manual. By launching a manual, this would work as a practical guide to develop a pro bono program. Notably, this would not only facilitate government contribution to legal aid, but also recognize paralegals as an important group that provides legal assistance and counseling in rural areas, making access to justice a reality. With respect to law firms, I would also like to make one point that very recently Honorable Chief Justice has commented this, that the idea is that there is this perception that law school is for rich. Law school is for rich, law firms are for rich. And that's the very core problem, that poor people always feel that they are not the part of the whole process or part of the system. And when we say that we want to create a sense of ownership to everyone which is in the fraternity, we should not overlook them, and we should try to maintain something or to come out with some program that could mandate the participation of everyone to create such a sense of ownership. Now, apparently, Nepal Bar Association has some guideline which was released in 2018, which has such a guidelines that mandates pro bono service by law firms, mandatory. Our next point, the bigger idea here is to empower people to demand justice, accountability, and effective remedies at all levels. And this could be done only by legal awareness and legal education. And when we say this, we would like to say that first it can be done by bringing reformation in the present legal education system, and secondly it can be done by making basic of law and elective paper subject among all students in India. We need to understand that, as already some of my friends has pointed out, that law is not something which should strictly be restricted to law school and law fraternity. It is an all pervasive subject. Thus it should be the very part and parcel of our overall curriculum, not just to the schools, not just to the colleges, but even for higher education. We can have one paper, elective paper, law, and this would actually help people to know about their basic rights and basic knowledge. Apart from this, I just want to make one more suggestion, which is with respect to technological app. We can always introduce tech-based app. For that matter, there is this one American app called, American software for that matter, called Paladin, which basically works for a pro bono system, and it records the world's leading law firms and the prospective clients, and this prepare a database, and this helps. For that matter, there are other technology based models also. Most of them are inspired from USA only. For that matter, there is this law based mobile application called Citizenship Works, which says that what are the criteria, eligibility criteria for US to check out the eligibility, and then people can. Another is FBI Child. This is very important, and we can take inspiration from this, because here what this software do, this extract key information and key and unusual information about the missing child, and then prepare a detailed report, and that help finding such lost children. So these are some application, some technology which can be used. With this, I rest my submission. Thank you.